Yeah, under all of this snow, this snow fell today. Every step you take, you cannot know if there's black ice underneath it. You can't until you step on it and see if it's slippery or not. It's like every single step I take, my front porch light burned out. I can't get on a ladder when I'm this sick and weak. I have to try to find someone to get on a ladder. I've done it once in the past 8 years, and it was very, very hard. But I can't do it in the winter. I have to try to find someone to do that for me. Oh. It's crazy. The thing is, I should be out here during the daylight. It's easy to see, a bit easier to navigate in the daylight. But it takes me forever to get dressed and ready because I'm so sick. And the sleep deprivation is just unbearable. How deep is that? Oh, it's not deep. It's frozen, rock solid. Yeah, shucks. I need to go farther than this. I need to get out. I need exercise. Not just tiptoeing along here. I need to actually move. I'm muscle wasting so bad from neuropathy. And this just tiny little walk doesn't cut it. Maybe I'll try to go a bit further tonight. Yeah, I've walked all my life. I've had a car all my life, but I've walked all my life too, and never really been afraid to be out here until recently. The world is changing. I don't know. I've had more men approach me in the past couple of years than I have, like on the street in a predatory, I'm going to follow you, or I'm going to drive right up to you to check you out, or pull up in a car to you to see if you want to get in. I mean, honestly, whose head even works like that? I've seen more of that in the past couple of years than I have in my entire life when I was young and attractive. That's just crazy. Men following you. And then I got the issue of I live in a corner house and I'm up late, so people think that they can just run to my house. I've had lots of homeless people, homeless men, or men in need of money or in need of work come to my house and knock on the door. Hey, do you have any jobs for me? No. Like, drive to a rich part of town. Like, why are you coming to my house? It's, you know what? There's lots of different things living in a corner house, and most people don't know this. We're way high. The statistics, we're way higher at risk for break-ins than other houses on the street, because it's a quick, easy getaway. You're not trapped between two houses. That's a fact. It seems so bright out here, but it's because of the freshly fallen snow. Oh God, my head, I'm so sick. I don't know how people can live with this level of isolation, because I'm at my limit. How do you do this? Is this even considered exercise when you're going as slow? Does this even count? I'm getting worried. Like my buttocks are completely gone. My shoulders are, well, it's not just from it's not from not exercising, it's from neuropathy. And I'm sure partly from not moving. It's lovely out. The ASMR snow crunching under my feet. I'm bored. I'd like to go for a drive. I'd like to do anything, like to go anywhere. I can't. So all this Epstein stuff, how weird is all of this, hey? Like, what really changed it for me? There's one piece of information that really, the shock value, and that made me realize, like, this is demonic. I think the young girl's testimony, or not testimony, her diary or something, the young girl said they made her have a few abortions. Elaine and Jeffrey allegedly had made her have a few abortions, and then took one of her living, and one baby lived. She heard it cry, and they took that baby away. And where is that baby? And then there was this wild stuff, allegedly, that Jeffrey was into, what do you call it when you want to create a superior, genetically superior race? What do you call that? There's talk that he's into that, and that maybe he has children, and but then there's these demonic claims that they're eating, murdering and eating children and stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm just afraid that the world will be just so traumatized that they just want it all to go away. That's my biggest fear about all of this. You know what? Like, there are millions of children that go missing every year, never found. Where are these kids going? But the thing is, my biggest fear is that the world will be so traumatized that at this point many people are looking the other way. Many people are walking away to protect their own minds and their own spirit. But if we're that weak and cowardly and expect somebody else to do it all, they're going to get away with it. And that's what I'm afraid is going to happen. Like, you know what? When terrible things are happening, right? When a child is getting, raped at home, and they go to the mother and they disclose this that their biological father is doing this to them, or their stepdad is doing this to them. And you know what often is the response? Not always, but often. And I've heard this and seen this with girls and women that I know. Very often, the response is to the mother can't mentally hear what the child is saying. They can't mentally cope with this monstrosity of an idea that their husband is doing this to their child, or to their so they call their default is to call the child a liar. You're sick, shut your mouth. You're sick, child. to demonize the messenger, to demonize the victim. And and that child internalizes that, and and then starts to self-destruct, right? Chronic illnesses when they get older, chronic illnesses and anxiety and depression and actual physical diseases, because all of that is internalized. And because it's got nothing to do with the child, it's because the parent that they turned to for help wasn't mentally strong enough to handle what they were being told. And they just wanted it to go, they wanted it all to go away. They wanted to continue to live this fantasy that they had a normal family and everybody was mentally well and blah, blah, blah. And I'm afraid that this is going to happen large scale with all this Epstein stuff. That people just won't be able to handle it, and I'm done, I'm walking away. I can't handle it. I can't hear anymore. I can't read any more posts. Not going to look at any more stuff online and and then I'm really scared that they'll get away with it all. And I don't think it's just about raping children. It sounds like children are losing their lives, and not just a few. I don't know, isn't it also crazy? I think once I heard stuff that really did convince me that there is real evil and demonic stuff happening. Just sadness more than anything. It grieves me. And infants, not just teenagers and not just children, but infants, like imagine an adult wanting to harm. It's not just sex with an infant, a child. It's destroying that person's soul, like harming them, traumatizing them, that you change them forever. Like that to me is demonic. When you're willing to harm somebody to that level, But I get it. It is traumatizing for people to read this stuff and hear about it. And the social media apps don't know how to deal with people posting all this stuff. I got dinged today on Facebook. The hammer came down for something I posted, a photograph of, apparently it was an AI photo. I've seen it everywhere, literally everywhere, but no, Facebook has to penalize me. There's almost no point in me being on Facebook anymore because there's all these penalties against me, and I'm not just shadow banning, right? They don't want, it's just all control. It's just so, God, what would Facebook really care if I posted this photo of Clinton and Trump and a million other people have posted it? What would Facebook really care? There's so many falsehoods spreading around. I thought maybe it's a real photo. I don't know. How do I know? My hand's getting cold. Oh, well, I'm glad that it's not super, super icy on most of these sidewalks right now. The point is it's getting warm during the days. It's melting, and then when supper time comes, it starts to freeze, and then it just becomes treacherous. But it's okay tonight. Yeah, that guy that came after me last night. Instant karma. But these drunks, usually they just, they can fall into a well and then just stand up and shake it off, like they can fall off a building and break their leg and they get up and shake it off like nothing happened.